Welcome to Resident Evil 5 Co-op guide. This features the routing for amateur, and most of the routing should apply to normal as well, minus a few D8 changes. My name's Avukamu, I'm playing the Sheva, and I'm joined here by...
DECosmic, and I will be playing Chris, and I'll be host.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. So the first important thing when running this Resident Evil game is ideally you'd want to both be obviously within the same country, otherwise you're going to face a lot of disconnect problems. This game already has a lot of disconnect problems on its own, so the first thing we have to do going into the speedrun is obviously look for the servers. So Cosmic, if you want to invite me.
Yep, absolutely. And just as a note for this video, we're playing on a New Game Plus file, so I have this infinite ammo option. You won't see that if you're playing on a New Game file. We're only playing on a New Game Plus file because if you disconnect on a New Game file, the run is completely dead because you're on a temporary save, basically. The game only registers one save file at a time, so you can't create new ones. And if you get a disconnect, then the second player will start off with a fresh inventory if you invite them back. So we're just playing through this, and just for the sake of the recording, on a New Game Plus file. Just make sure that you have this co-op setting here set to invite only and attack reaction to 0 or to no. And then go ahead and invite the partner.
The routing will be we'll follow the exact same routing as we will in New Game. So, as I said about servers, I'm joining Cosmic right here. So there are going to be two flags or two icons you're going to see, and ideally what you want is a red X and an RE5 symbol. The red X stands for host, and the RE5 stands for an official dedicated server. And it'll show two servers, one as a primary server and one as a backup server. So obviously, since we're in the US, we don't want a country such as, I don't know, India hosting our game. So right now you see on my screen, for that short second it was up, it showed the RE5 as the main server and Cosmic as the secondary server should the main server not work. So first thing is that's really important. This is a New Game Plus inventory, but obviously when you start a new game, you're gonna start out with the basic M92F handgun. Hold up, I have to sell stuff to get that. Isn't that funny?
And you'll start off with a first aid spray as well. And it's better to just equip these right off the bat, because then you don't have to pick them up from the case in the game. You can just equip it at the very start once you get access to, equipping your weapons.
And right here, you want to kind of set your inventory. Inventory is a super important part of this game. As you can see, both of our inventories, I'm imagining Cosmic is putting his handgun in one. So if you treat it like a number pad going the opposite way, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you'll see that I leave the second row empty because that's generally where I want to put my ammo, because when we reload, instead of manually reloading, I'll also demonstrate this in-game. We're going to open our inventory, and during an animation, we're going to swipe up to put the ammo in the gun. And that would only work if the ammo is below the gun directly. As opposed to if the handgun ammo was in slot 9, I would have to drag slot 9 all the way to slot 1, and that's just a mess. So we'll go ahead and get started. Relatively self-explanatory, basic handgun on an easy hotkey. You're going to spam escape on a lot of the cutscenes because this game is measured in real time. And since Cosmic is the host, I would use this time to be setting my hotkeys in a New Game file, because in a New Game Plus file it's obviously matching my keyboard, but in a New Game Plus you have to reset your audio, you have to reset all the hotkeys. Spam escape, and yeah, pretty much just optimal lines until this point. When you open doors, you're going to be wanting to spam the action key, because otherwise they'll gently open the door, and spamming the action key registers it to go fast. So right here, instead of opening the case, because you already have the handgun, you'll just quickly want to press 1 and turn around, which will activate the cutscene. Press escape. Cosmic, hold up for a second. Okay. So, first mechanic of this game, there's a quick turn mechanic, but obviously quick turning is slower because there's this whole animation, as opposed to if you just flick your mouse in the direction you want to go, which will be much applicable later. So the first major tech here is Cosmic is going to go to the left, which triggers a cutscene where it zooms in on the goat's corpse. You want to go behind him and just pass by him on the right.
Yeah, you go ahead. We'll just demonstrate this routing
Okay.
here. Yep.
So one of the also general texts of this game is you're going to want to hold doors open for each other. See, if Cosmic had gone on ahead, the door will close, and then I have to manually do that again, and it saves time. Well, what instead we're going to do is I'll go on ahead, and I'll pick up this green herb during the animation, and we'll go run together, which saves us time, and obviously you could apply this to before doors, after doors, before ladders, before ladders, and after ladders. We're going to skip this first cutscene here, dodge this first opponent. I'm going to grab this ammo, which you don't really need to, but only one person needs to trigger the upcoming cutscene, and I will be teleported to it. Spam escape, turn around, don't quick turn, and run into this building.
Then here, as Chris, or whoever has the green herb here, is going to pick up the red herb, and Chris is always going to pick up the hand grenade that's on this shelf here.
Roger on the locals, but your orders still stand.
So this one, you're going to action, aim, and dual action. Because usually it's a double door, and you're going to have to just do the dual action. For me is V, which is the default key. But since it's the first dual action door, you have to investigate it first. But there's a text block that blocks your way. So what you want to do is you want to press F, the inspect, aim, and then B. And right here, since Cosmic went first, as we talked about, we want to do efficient things. We'll both get to the door at the same time, but because the ladder's so long, he has time to pick up a thing of ammo. This next bit's relatively simple. It's a village. It's timed. And DA for amateur is relatively low. So what you're going to do on our individual screen is we're going to pick up the ammo as much as we can. And this is especially useful in our routing because we actually kill a lot of enemies. Because the DA stays so low.
Yeah, as Chris, you want to always knife those two barrels that are there. And then just pick up the items that are in them. And then here we're just going to stand at the door and knife these guys.
Let's just show that there's also another tech that if you wanted to play safe and save your ammo, let's just demonstrate the weapon disarming tech.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So, all of these guys are going to die in 2 hits from bullets. So this guy doesn't have any weapons, so this is what you want. But for guys that have weapons, you want to shoot them once in the hand with the weapons, which will cause them to drop the weapons. But you don't want to overshoot them. You'll take no damage from breaking free. Wrench. Bad. So this is why you want to disarm them, because you'll take no damage. And you can see, and you can see right here, instead of manually reloading, I'm pressing my inventory and just dragging up, so I don't ever have to waste time. In our routing, we want to kill a lot of these guys as much as possible, but just for the sake of video demonstration, we're going to just do this old route, which it's a executioner abuse that's going to momentarily come up. But we want to kill these enemies because DA is really not that prevalent of a factor in amateur. And the odds are you could get an extra incendiary or an extra frag, which is very, very useful when we fight a mini-boss coming up later in this chapter.
Yeah, so as Chris, you're going to stand behind this this table here, and then point at the barrel there around the fence, and then just hope that Sheva gets grabbed. And then once you point there and Sheva's been grabbed, the executioner will pretty much start moving instantly. Then we're going to go off on these different paths, and you want to go into this building here on the right as Chris. Grab this ammo that's in the drawer here, as well as the machine gun ammo that's over here, the incendiary, and the hand grenade on these shelves, and then jump through the window.
Chris's routing is a little more important here because he needs to grab the machine gun, which is he's going to sell later, and the grenades he's going to pick up. For Sheva, nothing's too important. I mean, it's nice to get the ammo, but you want to come to the rooftop here, grab these hand grenades, and there are 3 of them. So, but prior though, there's an we want to get grabbed before the executioner spawns because that'll cause the executioner to instantly move as soon as he spawns. Otherwise, he'll stand in that corner actually for about, I've seen it up to what, 7-8 seconds, Cosmic?
Something like that, yeah. For sure.
So once we finish our routing, we're gonna come to this corner right here. One of you, just
Right here?
yeah. And that.
So you want to give Sheva your incendiary grenade and the machine gun ammo that you picked up? My goodness. Excuse me, sir. And then you want... She's going to ideally give you enough hand grenades to max out your hand grenade count and then just give her back the excess. Set up your inventory. I have my weapons for the handgun, the machine gun, and the hand grenades in 1, 2, 3. Ammo is in 4 and 5. 6 is empty for more ammo. And then heals are going to be in 7, 8, 9, as Kami mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So then, go ahead and explain what we're going to do with the Executioner here.
Alright, so normally if you stand at that corner, most of the time that the Executioner will not know how to react, and he'll actually stand below you this whole time. But in our routing, we're going to kill the Executioner, which is usually 2 headshots, a couple melees, into an action prompt melee. But you're going to want to run away as soon as that happens, because he always does a double swing. So a couple of melees. And as soon as that second melee goes off, you're going to want to just run away, hopefully.
And fortunately, the Executioner here, since he swings so wide, he can really help take out a couple of enemies for you. Oh, you might miss here too, a couple times if you don't do it right. And hopefully, from the extra enemies that he kills, you can get some extra drops. See, like right here. Oh, needed to do this better. There we go.
Don't worry about your ammo count as Sheva. It's much more important if you're Chris, because we'll be selling the handgun later as Sheva. Oh, you actually got him.
There we go. Yeah.
This section is timed. Yeah, this section is timed. That's the only reason we're killing the Executioner. If you're not feeling it, you could stand in the corner right there and...
Really, like, realistically, it's only going to lose you about, what, like 10, 15 seconds or something from getting the chest later, but...
Yeah, I'll just show the corner off right here while you kill him. So normally you would stand right here and none of the enemies will be able to aggro to you.
Oh, there he is. Yep. So you're going to pick up that gold ring from him. Like Kami was talking about earlier, if you stand right here, you can literally just AFK, well, almost AFK here. As the host, you don't want to completely AFK, but you can just run forward or walk forward or stay aiming or whatever you need to do in order so the game just knows that you're doing something. But the Executioner and the other enemies will just kind of chill right below this point here. We traded this off for the more aggressive approach by killing the Executioner, so we don't have to grab a bunch of treasures after the chainsaw fight in 2-1. You need ammo? You need ammo?
I'm trying to find it. I could find it. 2's fine for now. But as Sheva, nice. As Sheva, you generally want 14 ammo at the end, 14 or 15 ammo at the end of this. But because I'm only on 7, I'm gonna. There's a section coming up that I'm gonna have to hopefully try to get ammo. Otherwise, I'll get some from Cosmic. But yeah, that's section 1-1. Like I said, it's timed. You see the clear time here being at 9:10. If we're on good pace, you'll get about 8:40. On about slow pace, you'll get about 8:59-ish because it's timed anyway. And the only real time loss there is not getting the proper Executioner abuse to have him insta-spawn, which is the 10, up to 10 seconds delay.
Yeah, and obviously movement too, but that's just kind of a given. Movement in this game is super important as far as like clean lines go, especially in this next chapter.
So yeah, you'll see Cosmic's inventories right now. He's put the handgun ammos below his handgun, so he could just swipe up. For mine, I put the grenades in 2 and 3. I'll be getting rid of them as I get the machine gun, and you'll see me do a little bit of inventory. But for now, I gotta find about 10 ammo, which is very easy to do.